Good morning, dear children. Welcome back to Science 2 online teaching session. Today's session, we are going to continue with lesson number 8, Useful and Harmful Microbes. Children, you might have heard about antibiotics. Let's see what is the definition of antibiotics. Carbon compounds obtained from some bacteria and fungi for destroying or preventing the growth of harmful microorganisms are called antibiotics. Antibiotics, a discovery of the 20th century, have brought about a revolution in the field of medicine. Even a disease like tuberculosis has been almost completely eradicated from some countries. Antibiotics mainly act against bacteria. Some antibiotics can destroy protozoa. Antibiotics can be classified as broad spectrum antibiotics and narrow spectrum antibiotics. Broad spectrum antibiotics. Some antibiotics are useful against a wide variety of bacteria. They are called broad spectrum antibiotics. When the pathogens cannot be identified, even though the symptoms of diseases are visible, broad spectrum antibiotics are used. Examples: ampicillin, amoxicillin, tetracycline, etc. Next one is narrow spectrum antibiotics. Whenever a pathogenic microorganism is definitely known, then the narrow spectrum antibiotics are used. Examples: penicillin, gentamicin, erythromycin, etc. Next is penicillin. Penicillin is a group of antibiotics obtained from a fungus, penicillin, and is used for controlling the infections caused by bacteria like Staphylococci, Clostridia, Streptococci, etc. Medicine containing penicillin are useful to treat certain bacterial infections of the ear, nose, throat, and skin, as well as diseases like pneumonia and scarlet fever. Introduction to Scientist. Dr. Alexander Fleming, a professor of microbiology at St. Mary's Hospital, had cultured varieties of bacteria and fungi in petri dishes in his laboratory. On 3rd September 1928, while observing Staphylococci cultures, he made an interesting observation in one petri dish. In that petri dish, fungal colonies had grown, but the area around those colonies was clean and clear. That is, bacteria had actually been destroyed. After further studies, he confirmed that the fungus growing there was penicillin, and its secretions had destroyed the bacterial colonies. Thus, the first antibiotic, penicillin, had been discovered accidentally, and this formed the basis for attempts to find cures for incurable diseases. Children, we always be grateful to Alexander Fleming for discovering the life-saving antibiotics. Next is caution. Antibiotics should be taken only when prescribed by a doctor. Don't purchase any antibiotics from medical stores without a prescription from a doctor. Don't consume antibiotics on your own to treat common diseases like a throat infection, common cold, or influenza. Even if you feel well, before completing a prescribed course of the antibiotics, you must continue and complete it. Don't suggest to others the antibiotics which were useful to you. Next is institutes at work. The National Institute of Virology, established in 1952 at Pune, undertakes research related to diseases like measles, jaundice, fever, and diseases of lungs with support from the World Health Organization. Next is harmful microorganisms. First one, fungi. Microscopic spores of fungi are present in the air. If there is sufficient moisture, spores germinates on cotton fabrics, gunny bags, leather, wooden items, etc. Fungal hyphae penetrate deep into the material to obtain nutrition and to reproduce. This causes material to wear and become weak. As a result, gunny bags, leather items like shoes, etc., on which fungi have grown do not last long. Wooden items also get spoiled. Sometimes you may notice a black powder or white disc floating on the pickles or murabba when a jar is opened after a long time. What exactly is this? Various species of fungi grow on food items like pickles, murabba, jams, sauce, chutneys, etc. They use the nutrients in these food items for growth and reproduction. During this activity, fungi release mycotoxins, that is a certain poisonous chemicals, into the food, and the food becomes poisonous. Hence, the food on which fungi have grown cannot be eaten. Next is Clostridium. Sometimes cases of food poisoning occur during community feast. How does food becomes poisonous all of a sudden? The bacteria which spoil cooked food are Clostridium. Out of about 100 different species of this bacterium, some are free living in the soil, some are living in alimentary canal of human and other animals. These bacteria are rod-shaped and produce bottle-shaped endosperms in adverse conditions. One special characteristic of these bacteria is that they cannot withstand the normal oxygen level of the air because they grow in anaerobic conditions. Different species of Clostridium you can see in the picture. It was believed that meat gets spoiled due to some bacteria of the bacillus type, but the exact type of bacillus was not known. One Ermanjam proved that the anaerobic bacterium Clostridium botulinum is responsible for food poisoning. Other harmful microorganisms. Other kinds of microorganisms like bacteria, viruses, protozoa and fungi are also responsible for different diseases that affect humans. You have learned about virus which are smaller than bacteria and can grow and reproduce only in living cells. Let us see how they are harmful to us. Name of the diseases, pathogens, mode of infections and preventive measures are given in the table. The viral diseases are AIDS, hepatitis, influenza, measles, chickenpox, bird flu, swine flu, dengue. The bacterial diseases are pneumonia, leprosy, cholera. Malaria, pathogens responsible for this disease is protozoa. Dandruff, ringworm and scabies are pathogens responsible for these are fungi. Mode of infection and preventive measures are also given in the table. Go through it. Last part of our lesson is assignment. Go through the videos again and again. Learn the concept and find out the answers of the given questions. Thank you. Have a nice day.